This is the 2015 Lytton Springs. Ridge has been making this wine since 1972. 2015 was a very unique vintage. After several years of drought, we had some welcome rain in the late spring. However, it upset flowering, so we had lower yields. But lower yields means better concentration actually in the final wine. In the history of making this wine at Ridge, 2015 was the earliest year that we've ever harvested. We began harvesting the grapes on August 17th, which is a full 3 weeks at least earlier than usual. The vineyard is made up of about 36 separate parcels, and each year we pick each parcel as it gets ripe. We ferment them separately, and then after malolactic, usually around the turn of the year after the harvest, we assess all of those separate parcels, tasting them blind and picking out really those that are the most intense and really typical of the vineyard. In 2015, we chose 24 of those 36 blocks to make the final wine. Lytton Springs is really, it's a quintessential what we call field blend. That is, even though we call this Zinfandel, it comes from a vineyard which was planted not just Zinfandel, but with complementary varietals, most notably Petit Syrah and Carignan, although there's many others such as Grenache, Mourvedre, and even some white varieties out there. And the idea back then was, when they planted the vineyard, was to really sort of blend the wine in the vineyard. That is almost like the chef who selects certain spices and what have you to make the final dish. We we pick each parcel, and even with the mix of varietals, we ferment them together to give us the final wine. Really classic Lytton Springs aromas there. Some blackberry, cassis, licorice, a little bit of cocoa. On the palate, the Lytton Springs, because it has a fair amount of Petit Syrah in the varietal blend, there's that tannic, sort of chalky tannins there, but very balanced. And I think with the lower yields, I think this is really going to be a wine for the cellar. Typically, Zinfandel is most often a wine to drink in its youth, in the first 3, 4, 5 years. But this is a wine that's beautiful now, but I think will age very well over a 20-year period. Really nice long finish as well. Very complete wine, very balanced. Hope you enjoy it.